There is a repairman in suburban Cincinnati who has worked on home appliances for 27 years. He has fixed Maytag machines from the 1980s that outlasted the marriages of the people who bought them. And when you ask him which brands he refuses to touch today, he does not hesitate. He pulls out a handwritten list. Samsung is at the top. What you're about to hear is not a collection of bad luck stories or isolated defects. These are documented, predictable engineering failures, flaws so consistent and so well understood by independent technicians that the only word for them is intentional. This is the avoid at all costs list. 5 brands, 5 failure modes, all of them waiting inside appliances sitting on showroom floors right now. Number 1, Samsung refrigerators, the thermodynamic trap. Samsung placed their ice makers inside the fresh food compartment, not the freezer. The fresh food compartment runs between 35 and 38 degrees Fahrenheit. The ice maker needs to be significantly colder. So Samsung installed a small, dedicated cold zone inside the warmer compartment to house it. Thermodynamics does the rest. The warmer ambient air constantly bleeds into the colder ice maker zone. Every time the door opens, humid air migrates toward the coldest point it can find. Condensation builds. It freezes. More condensation builds on top. The process repeats until the entire unit is encased in a solid block of ice. Not a malfunction, a mathematical certainty. Independent repair technicians in Atlanta, Denver, and Seattle have documented this failure so consistently that many have stopped accepting Samsung refrigerator jobs entirely. Proprietary parts sit on back order for weeks. Labor rates for disassembling the ice maker housing are among the highest in the industry because the access panels crack the interior lining on removal. One Portland technician told a trade publication that a Samsung ice maker repair is the only job in his career where he finishes, invoices the customer, and genuinely feels guilty cashing the check because he knows he will be back. Number 2, LG front-load washers, the dissolving spider arm. The spider arm is the cast bracket connecting the rear of the drum to the main drive shaft. On LG machines produced roughly between 2007 and the mid-2010s, this bracket was made from a low-grade pot metal alloy. Millions of these units are sitting in American laundry rooms right now at various stages of what comes next. The failure mechanism is galvanic corrosion. Standard laundry detergent combined with the mineral ions in hard water triggers an electrochemical reaction in that alloy. The metal does not rust. It dissolves at a molecular level, losing structural integrity in invisible increments until, on one spin cycle, it snaps. When the spider arm fails, the drum collapses inward, the inner tub cracks, bearings fail, the machine becomes a 300-pound paperweight. LG has faced multiple class action lawsuits over this and has adjusted their alloy composition in recent production runs. A new LG washer today is not the same machine, but that does nothing for the installed base already mid-corrosion in people's homes. Repair costs frequently approach or exceed the machine's resale value. The failure was never random. It was chemically predictable every time, in every hard water market, with every standard detergent. Number 3, Electrolux and Frigidaire, the spoiled illusion. Frigidaire's basic top freezer models perform at roughly average levels. 2 compartments, a compressor, a thermostat. There is not much to go wrong, but the further you move up their product line into French door configurations and electronic controls, the more dramatically the reliability picture collapses. The thermal failure that recurs across multiple Frigidaire configurations is recovery time. Open the refrigerator door for 90 seconds to unload groceries, and the internal temperature rises. Well-engineered refrigerators recover within a few minutes. Documented Frigidaire failures show units taking over 20 minutes to return to a food-safe 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The USDA defines the bacterial growth danger zone as 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. A refrigerator that cannot hold safe temperature after a routine door opening is not adequately refrigerating your food. Electrolux premium French door lineup has a separate, structurally expensive problem. Their freezer door seals degrade and separate from the door frame. When the seal fails, the freezer loses temperature, Condensation builds, drains onto the floor, and seeps into the flooring beneath the unit. Consumers have reported not just food loss, but water damage to hardwood and tile requiring professional remediation. The premium price was supposed to buy a better product. It bought a more complex failure. Number 4. GE Smart Appliances. The motherboard meltdown. GE and its parent company Haier have pushed hard into Wi-Fi connected ovens with touchscreen control panels and app integration. The digital control board managing all of these features is an expensive, complex piece of electronics. It is, functionally, the oven's brain. In multiple GE smart oven configurations, this brain is positioned in close proximity to the oven's heat exhaust venting. Every bake cycle routes heat away from the oven cavity through an exhaust pathway that runs past the control board housing. Consumer-grade electronics are not designed to sustain that thermal stress repeatedly. Solder joints fatigue, capacitors degrade. Eventually the board fails. Replacement control boards retail between $300 to $400 before labor, with documented lead times of several weeks during high-demand periods. An oven that cannot be repaired promptly is not a smart appliance. It is an expensive countertop. The golden rule of modern appliances is being proved here in real time. The more screens and Wi-Fi it has, the faster it will die. Number 5. Viking and Dacor. The luxury mirage. There is a kitchen in a suburb of Chicago where a Viking range sits in a space custom designed around it. $11,000 for the range, $2,000 for a custom hood. Cabinetry built to its exact dimensions. It has been serviced 4 times in 3 years. Viking and Dacor both occupy the top tier of residential range pricing, and both consistently rank at or near the bottom of independent reliability surveys. The failure points are not exotic. Igniters that do not reliably light burners in the first year. Multi-zone electronic controls managing broiler, convection fan, and multiple oven cavities through a sensor network that degrades rapidly under regular use. Proprietary components that can only be sourced from the manufacturer, which controls both supply and pricing. Consumer reliability researchers have documented a consistent and counterintuitive pattern. Mid-range brands with large service networks and standardized parts outperform luxury brands across a 10-year ownership window by a significant margin. You are not buying durability when you buy Viking, you are buying aesthetics, commercial-style knobs, restaurant-grade stainless, the weight of something that looks like it belongs in a professional kitchen. The reliability data says it belongs in a repair log. What you are actually purchasing is a standing appointment with the most expensive repairman in your zip code. Every brand on this list is currently sitting under showroom lighting somewhere in America. Some are on sale. Some are being recommended by a salesperson who is earning a commission on the transaction. None of them will mention the Cincinnati repairman's handwritten list. That information exists. It is documented by independent technicians and consumer researchers with no financial stake in what you buy. The corporations manufacturing these machines have no obligation to share it with you. That is why this channel exists. Subscribe. And next week we audit a new category. The repair techs already know what we are going to find.